entertainment. Let's talk about that platform because you have a couple different ones. So I want to start off with that one.
So SOM Entertainment is the actual main hub. Up under it is the SOM House One and then the SOM Talk Live.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Talk Live, and so are they the SOM Entertainment and SOM Talk Live? Are they together or is that something separate?
So it's basically like if you would say like the conglomerate is SOM Entertainment. So the main company is SOM Entertainment, and then up under that is SOM House One, SOM Talk Live, because House One is the Esports game development, and then Talk Live is the syndicated radio show, and then the videos and stuff like that, video interviews.
Yeah. And then the Talk Live, that's podcast, right?
No, it's a radio show. So I mean, it does have podcast format, but it's mainly a syndicated radio show. Yeah, we actually on several FM stations. So.
Gotcha. And then the eSport and game development company. Let's talk about that. How did that come about?
So basically, I launched SOM House One last year, December 2020. I had actually kind of been heavy into esports and just gaming for a while before I actually launched it. I was definitely an ambassador for Microsoft as well, for Xbox, for their community and everything. So basically, doing events with GameStop, like I did events for Call of Duty release with GameStop. After that, I was like, well, I should probably start doing tournaments. So I kind of got into that space and everything, and then it pretty much expounded upon, something different from that. And right now, with the SOM House One, next Saturday, April 17th, we're actually doing something for a youth group in Atlanta, Georgia. So we're actually teaching the next generation the importance of esports and how it can help combat, mental health issues and things like that, and how I can just give them an outlet to channel, basically negative energy, help them focus, what I'm saying, do something positive, because a lot of the youth deal with single parent homes and things like that. They deal with a lot of, just brokenness. Yeah. And then they don't know how to really channel that energy and everything into something positive. So that's why you get a lot of people who turn to certain lifestyles and stuff. So instead, they have opportunities to play games, but they don't know, like they can actually be making money off of that. They can be 12 years old actually making.
They could be streaming or something.
Correct. Money, yeah, so they be making 6 figures a year doing that, only 12. Exactly. And they don't even have to play violent games either. They can play Mario Kart or something like that.
This is any game.
Right.
So that's where your company come in to play, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we educating them, teaching them those different ways to monetize that, as well as helping them to be ready for tournaments and stuff. So.
Gotcha. So back on the Microsoft, how did that come about? Was it something you kind of put yourself on, or?
Pretty much, man, because I was big on Halo at one time. I was definitely big on Halo and 2K. I used to play that really heavy on Xbox Live, and so then I was like, man, you know what? I need to see about becoming an ambassador. So the opportunity kind of presented itself, and then I kind of jumped on it, and we was doing a lot of different things as far as helping people answer support questions and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So, I see you're a chef, journalist. As far as on the chef side of things, have you been cooking like since a young kid?
Yeah, man, look, I've been cooking for a long time. From burning eggs in the kitchen to making gourmet style stuff. But I also went to college for culinary arts and kitchen management.
Okay, so you kind of learned, the kitchen very well. That's what's up. And then on the journalist side of things, how did that actually come about? Continue.
So basically, in 2012, when I was saying that I started making the transition into media, I initially had a magazine company because I was a magazine publisher. The original name of the magazine was Spaced Out Magazine. Then I changed it to SOM. So the copies, like printed copies, are still sold through Barnes and Nobles and Books A Million online. You can still order printed copies, but back during that time, before I started going into the audio and visual format, you know, I would do interviews over the phone and write all that stuff out. So that was when, you know, journalism was really big before we went to more so the digital magazine. And see, we were still doing print in 2012, 2013 and stuff, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So talk about your website exactly. As far as the website, because I mean, that's more so on the professional side of things when I look at it. And do you feel like more people should have a website just to kind of put themselves out there?
Yeah, so you know, any person who has a brand should actually have a website.
Gotcha.
You know, whether it be if you're a YouTuber, you're an influencer, whatever, a music artist, producer, a business owner, entrepreneur, whatever, you should have a website because you can literally monetize that website with ads and you can always drive traffic to that. That's really your digital business card. Gotcha. Even though I know people have, you know, scan thing, QR codes where they can scan and have digital business cards, but your real digital business card is your website because that's going to tell people more information about you, your portfolio of work, or what it is that you're doing depending on the style of work you do.
Gotcha. So NBC, CBS, Fox, The Source. You know, these are pretty big channels, exactly. And they, you know, they mention you, correct?
Yeah.
Exactly. So what was that feeling, seeing your name pop up?
I mean, I think the one for The Source was probably the
biggest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it was the biggest. It was one of the biggest because I recently got featured in All Hip Hop on allhiphop.com. That was pretty big to me too because I had been on like NBC and ABC for cooking. Yeah, I was already kind of used to that, you know, but then when they did like different articles, I was like, you know, that's what's up. But it also comes with elevating your brand and the way that you're trying to continue to progress. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at a certain point, I was just like, hey, man, I'm just thankful and grateful. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I personally feel about any press and articles and stuff I get. I'm thankful and grateful. I'm even thankful and grateful to be on your platform. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm grateful for having you, you know, come out here and give me your time to interview.
For sure.
So, being around artists, do that make you get into jewelry more?
To jewelry?
Yeah. Is that making you kind of get into jewelry a little bit more just because you're around a lot of artists that have it?
No, man. I've always had jewelry. I think one of my first pieces was Interstate 95, I-95 chain. Yeah. Like Rick Ross had one, because, you know, since I'm from Brunswick, Georgia, 75 and 85 is more so Atlanta, so I was closer to I-95, so I had I-95 chain and I was right because I'm on, yeah.
So, what is the most expensive piece? Well, not going to say most expensive piece, but what's the most money that you spent on jewelry?
Man, I would say I spent, the most I spent was probably the 10 piece. You know, because I wouldn't spend more than that.
Yeah,
that's me personally though. Some people, you know, they gonna spend 50,000, 60,000, but and I remember like one of the watches I had got, you know, it was actually expensive. I don't know what, but it did not look that way.
Okay.
So it looks silver.
It
looks like it. I mean, it looked like a regular watch, like just a silver watch, but the diamonds in it, they straight, you know, flawless. Yeah. So it's like, oh man, but I spent a grip on that, and it looks like probably the cheapest watch that I had. Yeah.
Makes sense.